Yo, what's up guys, TheJordude here, back again with another Shadowverse video. And in today's video, I'm going to be featuring Vengeance Blood, and this is Vengeance Blood post Wonderland Dreams nerf. As you can see, I'm currently on a 7-game win streak with the deck. It's the first day of the season reset. I'm at 1300 points. Been climbing half of the climb was with Forest, the other half is with this deck. But yeah, I wanted to feature this deck because I found it very interesting. It's climbing really well, and it is a deck that came from the last format, and we could possibly see it come back after all the blood nerfs. It seems to be very powerful. So first of all, I'm going to show the deck list. So here we go. We have the deck list. As you can see, very animated. I got quite a bit of anime cards in here, which feels good, man. But anyways, it's pretty similar to the Vengeance Blood last. Actually, no, not really. There's quite a few differences in this deck than the Vengeance Blood last format. So before Wonderland Dreams came out, you wouldn't run Ambling Race. The reason why I'm running Ambling Race now is because I feel like the early game or turn 1 is very important to have. So if I open up with my mulligan with Ambling Race, I'm happy. And also because I'm not running like soul dealers, I'm not super ham on the Vengeance, so I'm not trying to consistently go for Belfagor Dark Air Jammer on turn 4 and 5. So the Ambling Race, even though it's a downside with the Dark Air Jammer, I think the payoff is fine if you pull him up on turn 1. And there's quite a few times where you just need that extra 1 damage. Standard 2 drops, the Urias, Blood Wolf, and Spiderweb Imp. 3 Razor Claw, of course. 2 Hungering Hordes. This is to help you with your against early matchups. Really good against Shadow as well. I'm running Crazed Executioner as my 3 drop instead of Devil Vengeance, because again, I'm not going ham on the Vengeance. No soul dealers. So Crazed Executioner, just a strong 3 drop with stats. And I don't really care too much about the 2 damage I take to myself, because ideally I play Belfagor anyways, so it's like the cost is free. Then I have 2 Disagreeable Demons. This is a new addition to the deck. New card from Wonderland Dreams. Very good. It's similar to similar to Grimnir, except it has an upside of being more aggressive if you're super ahead on the board, especially in the early game. 2 Dark General. Only 2 of them because I only have Belfagors to go into Vengeance and then my self-inflicting cards. So again, since I'm not running soul dealers, not super ham on it. 3 Belfagors. This is the your feel of the deck. And activate your Vengeance cards like your Air Jammers, and so you don't have to pay costs for things, your Diabolic Drains. Big Knuckle Bodyguard, in addition to Vengeance Blood. A very powerful card, of course, from Wonderland Dreams. Very good at tempoing out your opponent. Quite often you would go, you curve out on your board and you play Big Knuckle Bodyguard over your Belfagor, just so you clear your opponents like Grimnir and you keep going face. So there's a lot of times where BKB is better than Belfagor on 4 because you get that huge tempo and then you get that extra follower damage. Then of course you got your 3 Dark Air Jammers, and then Scarlet Sabre is a new addition to the deck, just like BKB is. Again, very good tempo. It could do damage to your opponent's face and has Bane, so it's very annoying for your opponent's board, especially because the evolved stats is the 4/6, so it's hard to get through. So again, like and then of course Diabolic Drain 3 of. So Vengeance Blood isn't like super aggressive as it was before, or it's not super hard on the Vengeance part, so I'm not even sure if I should call it Vengeance Blood. But the fact that you get so much good, you have an aggressive start and you have strong tempo in the mid game makes you get super far ahead from what I've been seeing. I think I played about like 12 games with this deck or something like that. But as you can see, 7-game win streak right now. Yeah, very good deck in my opinion. If you guys want to try out Vengeance Bloods, or if you're a fan of Vengeance Blood before, definitely give it a try. Again, with this kind of build, more tempo-ish. There's a lot of things you could change about, like you could cut Ambling Race, maybe go more for the Vengeance style, but this is what I've been liking so far. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and make sure you comment or follow me in the social media links in the description down below. This time I'm going to be going over replay games. The reason is because I noticed my in-game audio when I'm playing games has seemed to be out of sync. So I'm going to see if the replays are going to be in sync. So it's just kind of an experiment. But yeah, hopefully my OBS or my computer fixes it or something. But yeah, onto those games and see you guys next time. Peace. So mulligan there, pretty self-explanatory. It's nothing good to keep. There are times I usually don't keep Belfagor in my opening hand unless I have like the Dark Air Jammer, which you'll see later in a later example. But yeah, it looks like it's a neutral forest, so we go with the Blood Wolf here. Go face because neutral forest they don't play maze. I don't really get punished by trading, so I can force him to trade, or if I didn't want to take the extra damage. But I drew the Belfagor anyways, so I'm okay with taking the damage and just being more aggressive and going face there. He has the Elf Twins Assault. So I get a little... it's not really a punish because the Grimnir was in my way. And then I have BKB to clean up this turn anyways. So as you can see, I'm already down to 10, but it doesn't really matter because like I'd be playing Belfagor in the next turn or two anyways. So I really don't care about my life gain this low early on. He has a Hector here. Hector doesn't do, his fanfare doesn't do anything on the board, so he has to just go face with it and then trades here. And this is where Scarlet Sabre is like really good. Because as you can see, I played BKB and Sabre and I just kept clearing my opponent's board. I didn't have to use the Evo that turn, so I saved it. My opponent just uses Elf Twins Assault and passes. Very weak turn from him. Pick up the Air Jammer, so I decided to go for that because I get more pressure on the board that way rather than like a Belfagor Blood Wolf. Plays a Gourmet. Goes to trade the Urius, doesn't want that to keep getting damage on him. And these Diabolic Dreams in my hand are really nice. I could just keep clearing off his stuff. Very good tempo. My opponent just fell. I guess he fell far behind from turn 4 to 6, or turn 4 and 5 when I played BKB followed by the Scarlet, and then his only answer to the Scarlet was the Elf Twins Assault, and he had to pass. So he's just way too behind at that point. And yeah, I just snowballed that super hard because he did have the early game, and then just that mid game completely won it for me. Next off, we got the sword game. Got the Amblin Race in my hand, so I'm going to keep that. Again, like I'm not going to keep Belfagor here unless I saw the Air Jammer. Otherwise, it's a bit risky, especially against Sword. If they get a hit on me on board, Belfagor on 4 is just killing myself. So pick up 2 Urias here, pretty good. We got BKB as well on turn 4, and so that's just like BKB is so good in this deck in terms of game tempo. I think you would see it. I think you would see it in all these replays how good it is. Got a Shield of Flame from my Urias. Just goes face here. He doesn't respect my raise damage. Pick up a Crazed Executioner. Very good draw here. Much stronger than the Urias turn this turn. He's got another Shield of Flame, just removing all my stuff. Hedgehog. So now he trades so he can buff up his Hedgehog. Makes sense, but here I got the BKB. And clean off this board. So my opponent just Grimnirs and passes. If he evolved the Grimnir trade into BKB, it's just bad for him. So I have a second one, and that's just like so much tempo. I get the 5 damage in with my left BKB. He's got a Tsubaki here. Didn't really expect it. I was kind of tempted to pre-evolve the other Knuckle Bodyguard, but then it would have just been punished. Because it wouldn't have done anything. Like, I had the Scarlet here to remove the Tsubaki super nicely. And just like in the Forest game, like BKBs followed by Scarlets, just so good. I could have evolved the Scarlet Sabre But I didn't expect him to Floral Fencer. So I would think it would just trade 1 for 1, he'd be left with an empty board. Used the Razor Claw before I played Belfagor so I don't take unnecessary damage to my face. And just like a super clean turn here. I evolved it Belfagor just to play a little bit safe. I did see the Tsubaki though, so maybe I could have got punished there. I don't really need that Evo point. I have like lethal with Dark General, Evo plus Razor Claw, or Razor Claw into General, which happens here. And that's just the game. Alright, so now we got Rune. I keep the Emblem Wraith of course, and I'm going to keep the Disagreeable Demon just because it's a good play on 3, so I just have to hope to draw something to do on 2, which I do here. As you can see, I got the Blood Wolf. And Emblem Wraith gets in a lot of damage. This replay will kind of show how worth it is, I think, to play Emblem Wraith. Just for like situations like these could happen. You get so much chip damage in. Especially like this is a D-shift rune, if I recall correctly. So you just like it's an unfavored matchup, but having that Ambling Wraith did like 4 damage already, right? Or 3 damage, but it's going to be 4 damage now. It's pretty much GG at this point. Again, you can see the Big Knuckle Bodyguard, just so much tempo there. Clears the board, I get pushed with my followers. It's way better than Belfagor would have been on that turn. Alright, so the next game, this Haven's better than this one. I'm going to show that the Belfagor into the Air Jammer is still good play. Like, there's 2 Shadow games. This one I'm going to show you is kind of a blow up, but I want to show how Belfagor and Air Jammer still is very powerful. So here, like, I finally keep the Belfagor in my opening hand, as well as the Dark Air Jammer. I just keep everything because I want to play something on 2, so I might as well just keep the Blood Wolf. Don't want to be greedy and try to find like a Spiderweb Imp or a Urius like that. And like, Blood Wolf is actually fine too because it could trade into stuff. Pick up an Ambling Wraith 1 turn too late. I don't mind too much here. Got a Lurking Corpse. I don't want to deal with this Lurking Corpse, especially when I'm going on Belfagor Air Jammer. I don't want to get punished by things like Urd or Necro Assassins, so I take the trade there. He has a weak turn here, just zombie parties my Wraith, so I can just comfortably just play my Belfagor. And I guess I got a little bit lucky here. You'll see what the Shadow has as an answer, which is basically no answer. Yeah, he just drew like 4 cards. That's pretty much his turn. And then now I play Dark Air Jammer on curve. I can evolve my Belfagor, and I get 2 Spiderweb Imps too. So it's just like impossible for Shadow to win here. Even if he had like an answer, I had like Dark General, Razor Claw next turn for another 9 damage. It was actually insane. Throw back everything. I don't really want to keep a Crazy Executioner unless I have the 2 or 1 drop with me. Like, if I had the Ambling Wraith with my Executioner, I would have kept it. Put the second Ambling Wraith here, no other plays. Get some damage in. Opponent just has a Lyrio here. So I don't want to trade my guys in, so I'm just Hungry and Horde that just for a little bit of tempo, get some chip damage in. He plays a Grimnir. So again, guys, like BKB, so good here, so good. Get that tempo, get more chip damage with these Ambling Wraiths. These Ambling Wraiths are doing work. Like it did what 7 damage already. He doesn't have like a 4-drop that could remove 2 followers. Not that it matters too much. He gets 2 health with the Healing Angel, but he gets this trade here on my BKB. And then once again you see BKB into Scarlet Saber, just so good. Get that tempo, remove his board, and now I can evolve my Ambling Race, and now I have the Ambling Race, which is a 3-4, and you have to deal with my Scarlet Saber with the Bane. Very hard situation for the Haven, especially because they can't Themis yet. So Sonya trades into my race. The Sonya effect does not protect itself from Bane, so I get that trade. Safe turn for me to Belphegor. Don't really have any other stronger plays than that. I could have played the Saber, but then I'd rather just play the Belphegor now, get the card draw, increase my options for the future turns. And also the Bane's not going to be annoying for my opponent. Here I decided to go for the Belphegor and the Executioner. I could have went for the Air Jammer. I'm still not sure which would have been better, but this puts like stronger stats on my board, and it forces my opponent really to have like a second Themis or some kind of good removal. You have to judge here, which is fine for me. Seeing that I draw a double Air Jammer from the Belphegor, maybe I would have went for Air Jammer, but that's like hindsight bias. Here I got the Air Jammer, and I got Hungering Horde to remove his Judge quite nicely. Get some damage in because I got the Blood Wolf off Air Jammer. He gets a bit unlucky out of the Tribunal and top deck the Razor Claw. But he would have been dead anyways with that top deck because I had Razor Claw and Scarlet. GG. So yeah guys, that was the deck. I'm hoping that the recording audio is not out of sync of the gameplay, but hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys actually like the replays of the game rather than me playing it in real time better, let me know in the comments down below, because I can see that it's way faster. So I'm not too sure about my retention rates here, but if you guys rather just see the replays because it's a lot faster, I'm talking super fast, but hopefully you guys are getting what because I'm still explaining the same thing. It's not dead time. So yeah, if you guys like the replays better than the in real time gameplay, let me know. And thanks for watching guys. Peace.